Caitlin Clark could be refusing to use Indiana Fever Medicals.
Caitlin Clark just sent a powerful message straight to the Indiana Fever's medical team, and Stephanie White's announcement made sure the entire world got the hint. After facing yet another injury setback, Caitlin Clark seems to have lost all faith in the Fever's medical team, choosing to take her recovery into her own hands. In essence, the star has unofficially cut ties with the very doctors meant to protect her, and the backlash is intense. But before we dive deeper into this unfolding drama, tell us in the comments, do you think Caitlin Clark made the right call by stepping away from the Fever's medical staff after so many repeated injuries?
Has already been ruled out for tomorrow's game, Tuesday night, against New York in New York.
We've officially hit the breaking point. Caitlin Clark has seemingly had enough of the Indiana Fever's medical chaos. And honestly, who can blame her? When your franchise player keeps suffering injuries every few games and the medical staff appears as dependable as a paper umbrella in a storm, it's only natural to look elsewhere for real care. Stephanie White just dropped a few key details that all but confirm what most people already suspected. Caitlin Clark no longer trusts the Fever's medical team and is now handling her recovery on her own terms. Let's unpack exactly what happened, because buried in Stephanie White's recent remarks are clear signs, clues that point straight to a full-blown medical failure. One particular response about Caitlin's injury status revealed far more than intended, and it's time we connect the dots.
Well, I haven't seen C since the game last night, but I think she's progressing. I think that we're continuing to address everything that needs to be addressed. She's gonna see some doctors and get some more tests run early in the week. I don't expect her to be available on Tuesday, so we're just gonna continue to take it one day at a time and let her get her evaluations early this week, and then once we've done that, hopefully we'll have more of a clear line of what it looks like.
I haven't personally seen Caitlin since the game last night, but based on what we know, she appears to be making steady progress. Our team is continuing to evaluate and address all the necessary aspects of her condition with great care. She's scheduled to consult with specialists and undergo further testing early this week to gain more insight into the extent of the issue. At this point, I don't anticipate her being available for Tuesday's game. We're approaching this situation cautiously, taking it one day at a time. Once the evaluations are complete, we hope to have a clearer understanding of the injury and what her path to recovery will look like moving forward.
Like 2 different doctors just told the shocking truth about Caitlin.
She mentioned that Caitlin would be seeing some doctors and undergoing additional tests early in the week. Notice, she didn't say our doctors or refer to the team's medical staff. That subtle shift in language speaks volumes. It's not what you say when your star player is continuing care with your in-house team. It's what you say when the player has quietly walked away from your medical system, choosing instead to seek external, and likely more trusted, medical guidance. It sounds less like coordination and more like Caitlin has taken matters into her own hands, essentially dismissing the team doctors in favor of finding competent care elsewhere. The timing of all this? It's disturbingly perfect. Right as the basketball world began to raise its eyebrows, real, credentialed medical professionals stepped forward, publicly slamming the Indiana Fever's handling of Caitlin Clark's injuries. And when doctors, actual experts in athletic medicine, start calling out your team on social media, you're not just dealing with a bad week. You're dealing with a full-blown credibility crisis. Dr. Jesse Morris, a renowned name in sports medicine, didn't hold back. His assessment was brutal. Whatever the Fever's medical staff is doing, it's simply not enough. Not needs a few tweaks, not almost there. He straight up implied they are failing at their job. In professional terms, that's equivalent to saying, they don't know what they are doing. And the proof? It's in the timeline. Caitlin has been battling groin and quad injuries since the season's very beginning. Left groin strain. Then again. Then the right side. Again and again. The same parts of her body breaking down like a worn-out machine. She's been unable to play 5 full games in a row all season. That's not normal wear and tear. That's not the price of being an elite athlete. That's a flashing red warning light. Either she's the victim of bad luck or bad medicine. And let's be honest, luck runs out. Patterns don't lie. When the same injuries keep resurfacing, the problem isn't random, it's systemic. It means the treatment she's getting isn't reaching the root of the issue. Experts agree, groin strains are notoriously difficult to heal. If not treated right, they come back stronger, more painful, more destructive. And now things have escalated. Doctors are suggesting advanced treatments, stem cell injections, hyperbaric chamber therapy, modalities far beyond what a typical team doctor can provide. Dr. Morris even specified injection points at tendon attachments. This is elite-level care, the kind you find in high-tech labs and recovery centers, not locker rooms. So what does that say about the Fever? That their medical team might not be qualified enough to treat their star player. And while head coach Stephanie White keeps repeating day-to-day like it's a magic phrase, medical experts are scoffing. Because injuries like these are week to week, sometimes month to month. That mismatch in language is not just poor communication, it's dangerous misinformation. And the communication breakdown doesn't stop there. Stephanie once claimed she only learned about Caitlin's injury the night before she was ruled out. Either the staff isn't talking to the coach, or worse, they themselves don't fully understand Caitlin's condition. That's negligence cloaked in confusion. Now Caitlin is seeking second, third, even fourth opinions. She's stepping outside the team. And when an athlete of her caliber does that, it means one thing. She no longer trusts the people assigned to protect her career financially. This is catastrophic. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's the face of the WNBA. She brings eyeballs, revenue, sponsors. If she's sidelined due to mismanagement, the losses aren't just physical, they are economic. And from her point of view, she's in her prime. Her window of greatness is open now. Would you trust your future to a staff that keeps sending you back to the injured list? NBA stars like LeBron James and Steph Curry have access to elite care. Entire teams of specialists orbit their careers. Why should Caitlin be treated any less just because she's in the WNBA? And it's not just her career at stake. It's the message being sent to every rising female athlete. If the league's biggest star doesn't trust team doctors, what should the rest of the players think? This could spark a ripple effect. Players demanding better treatment, second opinions, more autonomy. The WNBA might be forced to raise its standards or face an exodus of trust. And the comparison to the Chicago Bulls' mishandling of Derrick Rose. That's not just a jab. That's a warning. If the Fever become that team, known for destroying potential with incompetence, they'll carry that scar for years. Even now, fans are angry. They feel lied to. They bought tickets, tuned in, followed every highlight reel, and now they are watching their favorite player miss game after game. And they are not blaming Caitlin. They are blaming the organization, the coaching staff, the medical team, everyone who was supposed to protect her. And when media reporters start dancing around pointed questions, when articles hint at deeper issues without outright saying them, you know the storm is brewing. This isn't just an injury story anymore. It's a breakdown of trust, competence, and communication. It's a star losing faith in the system that was supposed to support her. It's a team trying to protect its image while its most valuable player looks elsewhere for healing. And the long-term danger? If Caitlin doesn't recover fully, if these injuries haunt her career, that damage won't just reflect on the Fever. It will reflect on the WNBA, on its priorities, on its professionalism. Because in the end, Caitlin Clark is doing what any smart athlete would do, taking her body and her future into her own hands. And maybe, just maybe, that's the only smart move anyone has made in this whole mess.